My name is Mary Crocker Cook, and today's training tape will focus on Prochaska and DiClemente's stages of change. First, I will briefly review the stages of change, and then we will take a look at clinical vignettes where each of the stages will be illustrated with clients. Michael, you've been explaining to me how you're not even quite sure why you're here. Apparently your parents have been concerned about your methamphetamine use.
Yes.
Yeah, how come that seems puzzling to you?
Yeah. I use sometimes, but I don't see why it's a problem, why they're making a big deal out of it.
Okay. Have you had any consequences or anything has affected your life as a result of using methamphetamine?
I don't think it's that bad.
Okay.
I've got locked up a couple times, went to jail
Okay.
a couple times, but everybody goes to jail once in a while, right?
Okay. So most of the people in your life have probably been to jail? You
Yeah.
think? Okay. So for you, that's just part of what?
It's
Being
just
young?
part of growing up.
Part of growing up. Okay. All right. So you think your parents are sort of overreacting?
Yeah. They just, need to mind their own business.
Okay. Okay. So maybe they need to start treating you more like an adult.
Right.
Okay, I can see where that would probably be frustrating.
Yeah.
To kind of want to get in your business and control your life. One of the things we could do is take a look at what professionals define as a problem. How we know, how somebody like me would say something is an addiction. Is that something you'd be interested in knowing?
Sure.
Okay. All right, let me take, this is actually called the DSM. My top is missing because I've used it a bazillion times. And this is how we try to figure out whether somebody has an alcohol or drug problem. Okay? So what I'll do is I'll read you a few of these. Okay? And I want you to tell me what you think. And I don't know if these apply to you or not. All right? But this is in the last year. Okay? Have you had experienced tolerance, meaning have you needed to use more meth than you used to get as high?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have, okay. And have you had any withdrawal? Like, what's it like when you don't use or when you're coming off meth?
Yeah, it's terrible. Sleep for days.
Okay,
Real irritable.
okay. So you can feel a difference when you're coming off it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm crashing.
Okay, so the crash. All right, how about taking it in larger amounts than you meant to? So let's say you said, I'm going to just do a couple lines, and then you wind up doing more.
Yeah, I can relate to that, doing that.
Okay, all right. How about a desire or unsuccessful efforts to cut down? Have you ever tried to quit methamphetamine and couldn't?
No.
No? Okay. So you've never tried to quit?
No. I mean, I could quit whenever I want, though.
Okay, all right. So that one probably doesn't apply to you then.
Right.
Okay. How about a great deal of time spent in activities to get the substance. Spending a lot of time meeting a dealer, finding the drug, using the drug. How much time do you think it takes for you?
Yeah, I would say I spend a lot of time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
More than you used to?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty much my goal all the time.
Wow. Okay. Okay. How about, have you ever given up any social or recreational activities because of using?
Uh, no,
No? Okay, so,
no, I'm social with my friends when we're using.
okay. All right, so you've never told your parents, nah, I don't think I'll go to Thanksgiving, or I think I'll not go because you'd rather go out and use?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how about using even though you've had problems? Legal problems, that kind of thing. Do you think that would apply to you?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So,
yeah, because I'm just so stressed and if I go and use, it just makes me feel better, makes me forget my problems.
yeah, you get the feeling of relief, huh? Okay. So, would you say that the methamphetamine is the problem or stress is the problem?
I don't know, maybe both.
Maybe both? Okay. Okay.
I never really thought about it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's something to consider. We could talk about that more. So, Teresa, you were telling me that your family has expressed some concern about your alcohol use.
Well, not really my intermediate family, but like my husband and stuff. It's more so like my mom and my brothers and sisters.
Okay. And what kinds of things have they been saying to you?
Well, my mom says I can't go without a drink a day, and I guess that is really true when I have to be honest about it.
Okay, so you feel like you really have to have a drink
Yes.
every day. Okay. And at the same time, has that worried you? Have you
No.
ever been worried?
Well, not really, because it makes me feel good, and it takes away my pain.
Okay. What kind of pain do you have?
Well, I'm just not happy. I have emotional pain and hurt.
Okay. All right. And have you had the pain a long time?
I guess so, because I've been drinking now for like 12 years or so.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. And so your mom has raised concern, and she says, what would she want you to do? Would she want you to quit? Would she want you to cut back? What is it you think she wants you to do?
Oh, I know what she wants. She tells me all
Okay.
the time.
What does she want you to
She
do?
tells me that I need to quit, that it's not good for my health, I'll die from it.
Okay. Okay. And so when you think about it, you're not so sure.
Well, to prove her wrong, I started reading up on it, and she's right, I'm an alcoholic, and
Oh.
I realize that, but there's nothing wrong with me right now, so
Okay. So,
I know in the future I'm going to have to do something about it, but when it starts having effects on me.
okay, so at this point you don't see the effects.
No.
Okay. Would you be interested in doing a pro and cons list to take a look at the advantages, maybe disadvantages of quitting?
Sure, I've thought about it before.
You have. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list like this. Okay? I'm going to write pros over here, cons over here. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And so when you think about not drinking, what kind of why would you continue? What are the advantages of drinking?
Well, it calms me.
Okay.
I have kids and I work a full week, and I just like it relaxes me.
Okay.
Makes me feel good.
Okay. So it relaxes you, calms you.
Yeah.
Okay. What kinds of things would worry you about your drinking? What would be the downside?
That I would get liver disease, because that's what all the books say it leads to. So.
Ah, okay. So that. All right. So you might get liver disease. Okay. Have you ever had any trouble in your relationships? I mean, I know your mother's concerned. You ever had any difficulty, maybe with conflict with your husband?
We have conflict, but that's only when he drinks a lot too.
Oh, okay. So that's his drink.
If he doesn't drink, he doesn't care if I drink and he takes charge of driving and stuff. So,
Okay.
but if he starts drinking, that's when we fight.
Okay. So really, it would be his drinking that would make the
Yeah.
difference in the conflict. Okay, so you're
Right.
not worried about that.
Nah.
Okay, all right. Can you think of some other pros why you would want to keep drinking?
You know, I'm kind of heavy and stuff, so when I drink, I don't eat.
Ah, okay. So do you find so you're thinking you lose weight if you substitute the calories with alcohol?
Yeah,
Okay, so drinking can help you lose weight.
yeah, or at least not gain any more.
Okay. Okay. Or at least not gain. Okay. And you found that to be true over time?
Yeah, because I really, if I'm drinking, I'm not hungry.
Okay, so it takes away your hunger. Okay. All right. Any other reason you'd like to continue drinking, or you think it would be helpful to keep drinking, or positive to
Well,
drink?
it's not affecting my life really. I
Okay.
mean, I go to work,
Okay, so you're still working.
and I don't drink at work, so I
Okay.
can control it if I have to.
Okay. So you feel like you can control it if you have to.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know, I work at a doctor's office, so you make sure I get a checkup every 6 months, and it's not affecting my body.
Okay.
So I'm not convinced yet that it's time for me to quit at this point.
Okay. So what kinds of things would happen, or have to happen for you to think, okay, maybe it's time for me to be serious about this?
The doctor tells me that my liver count's going down.
Okay.
I started having other medical problems that they can show me that it's actually related to the alcohol and
Okay.
not something else.
Okay, so medical problems like what? Maybe your stomach hurts or things like
Stomach
that.
or any of the other problems alcoholics seem to have.
Okay. All right. What else might have to happen to make you feel like this is really?
If I got pregnant,
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't drink if I was pregnant.
Okay.
But I would start drinking afterwards because I have kids and that's what I do. I stop for 9 months. That's why I know I can stop if I have to.
Okay. So you stopped during other pregnancies.
Yes.
Okay, so you know you can. Okay, and have you read the literature about drinking while nursing?
But I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'll nurse for maybe 3 to 4 months and then I'll start drinking again. And if I did have a drink, you know, toward the end of the 3 or 4 month, I wouldn't nurse that day.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty conscious of how alcohol affects your baby.
Yes.
Okay. So you see alcohol is not good for your body necessarily.
I know it's not good, but I don't see myself not using it right now.
Okay.
I need it.
Okay. Okay. So really, when it starts to affect you medically, it'll be time for you to make a decision then.
Right. And I know I can quit right away because I can quit if I'm pregnant, so why can't I quit when I need to?
Okay. All right. So then it sounds like that information would be helpful at this point. Maybe if you had more information about that, how this affects your body, that would probably be of more concern to you than anything else.
Yes, that or if something were to really affect my family.
Okay.
Like if it got so bad that I saw a movie one time, the lady fell out of the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Okay.
started getting like that around my kids, that might concern me a little bit
Okay.
more.
So maybe in terms of an approach at this point, the best thing to help for you would be to maybe look at how alcohol affects the family, how alcohol affects the body. Those probably match your concerns the best.
You know, you got it right on. You're pretty sharp there.
Thank you very much. So Dave, when you called, you said you were really concerned about your methamphetamine use. And you know, when we met initially, we took a look at your readiness to change. I had you mark where you would be, and you actually scored in the 7 or 8 range. So can you tell me a little about why you're concerned?
Well, I've been in the criminal justice system for the last 10 years, and I don't want to go back.
Okay.
And I don't want to lose my family. My health is not good, and that's some of my main concerns.
Okay, and what makes you think you're going to lose your family?
From prior use, I've got a divorce from my wife,
Okay.
and Yeah, I'm not talking to my kids right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you feel like the divorce was directly connected to using meth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She gave me an ultimatum if I didn't quit, that she would leave me, and I didn't quit, and she left.
And she left you. Okay. All right. And what concerns you about your health?
I have high blood pressure,
Okay.
and I'm 40 years old, and I can feel that it's affecting my health. You know, I'm taking medication now, which I
Okay.
didn't do before.
And has your doctor given you feedback? It might be connected to the
And
methamphetamine.
he definitely said that is connected to the.
Oh, it is definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why you're concerned then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know what you want to do?
I have no idea like how to get started
Okay.
in my recovery, and I just know I have to do something now.
Okay.
I want to see my grandchildren.
Oh, okay. And do you feel like you can quit using on your own?
I've tried it many times before,
Okay.
and I had some clean time, but something always happens to where I
Okay.
continue to use.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got a couple of options. All right. So let me talk about those briefly. You can tell me what comes to you about it. Okay. Sometimes people decide they want to go into a residential or live-in program
Yeah.
for 30, 45 days. And what that allows you to do is sort of stabilize. It helps protect you from using
Yeah.
because urges, cravings come up. You would go to groups and you would go to education classes. And so you get an opportunity to really learn a lot about addiction, in a short amount of time.
Okay.
So that would be residential treatment. Okay?
Would I be able to leave that facility, or?
Well, normally what would happen, is you would stay
Oh,
30 to 45 days, and then your family would come for family day
okay.
and visit because we normally have a family program
Okay.
where family also gets educated because you mentioned your wife, and it's important for your wife and kids to learn about addiction as well, how they've been affected. Okay. You look like you have some concern.
Yeah. Can you give me some more information on the outpatient?
Okay, all right. So your first thought is outpatient?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it first and then ask you. But outpatient is normally 90 days. And what you would
Okay.
do is go to an outpatient group 2 or 3 times a week where you would get education, you'd have group therapy, probably once a week, a one-on-one session.
Okay.
And you would do that for, again, 90 days, which is the normal amount. Sometimes people choose to stay longer than that. You would have regular urine testing, and so you get some accountability
Okay.
and documentation for the courts, which could be helpful for you.
Okay.
Okay. Are you concerned about your work situation? Is
That too, and just I would just admit that I'm scared of change, and
Oh, okay.
I'm just I never really jumped in with both feet, and
Okay.
it's I'm really nervous right now about it.
Okay. So it's your nature to sort of test things out.
Yeah.
Okay.
and, I'm not sure which one.
What's the
and how-
scariest part about change for you?
Dealing with my own emotions, and it's really scary for me dealing with life on like they say, life on life terms.
Okay. Okay. So you feel like probably the best approach for you initially is going to be getting an assessment. Maybe we can schedule an appointment
Yeah.
to do a full assessment
Okay.
and see if you're appropriate for the outpatient program.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Dave, that's what we'll do.
Okay.
Wow, Mike, it is wonderful to see you. I haven't seen you in several months. You look really different. It sounds like you made a decision to get some treatment. And look at your eyes, you're so clear. It's
Yeah.
really nice to see you looking healthy.
Yeah, good to
Okay.
see you too. I feel good.
Tell me what are you doing to maintain your
Oh,
sobriety?
I'm doing everything. I'm going to meetings. I got a sponsor.
Great.
I got a new clean and sober support group.
Okay.
Seeing my therapist. You know, my case manager,
Wow.
everything. Yeah, I'm going to groups
Wow.
at outpatient.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to outpatient. How many meetings are you going to?
Oh, I'm going to like at least 2 or 3 meetings a day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're seeing your sponsor. weekly.
Right.
And then you're seeing your therapist.
Right.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to do it. I have to do it just to you know, stay clean. I feel I gotta keep this, you know,
Okay.
this network surrounding me all the time.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Can I tell you something I have a concern about as I'm listening though?
Okay.
Okay, it sounds like an awful lot of time spent in recovery oriented with activities, which is wonderful. But I'm concerned about your family. Are you seeing your wife? Are you seeing your parents? I know they originally had been concerned
Right.
about your nephews. What's going on with you, other parts of your life?
It's okay. Yeah, we're cool. Me and my parents are cool.
Okay.
You know, my wife, you know, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you
but-
feel like you're spending enough time with the children?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Maybe I guess I could probably spend a little bit more time with them.
Okay, because part of what I'm concerned about is making sure you have balance. Because you're doing some wonderful things.
Right.
Okay? And I think the temptation when you're first clean and you're trying to maintain your clean time
Right.
is to be really, really enthusiastic and make up for lost time,
Right.
which I totally understand. I also, though, want you to have the benefits of being clean and sober, which means spending time with the people who love you.
Right.
You know, having time for recreation.
Right.
You know, to be able to have, a full life.
Got it.
You know, because sometimes what happens is people, they get so caught up in it that they start to burn out. Have you ever felt that way? Like sometimes, like, oh.
Yeah. You know, sometimes because we're having meetings and then with the NA and then we're doing like softball games and
Okay.
a bunch of clean and sober activities. I guess I probably could do some fun family stuff with my kids and wife as well.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about, that's the important thing, I think, is to try to, include, because they were the reason you got clean to begin with. So I want you to be able to really enjoy them, which doesn't mean not doing your recovery, but I think, yeah, having a little more time with them as well.
Oh yeah, I understand. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.
So, Sanjita, you have put together 6 months of sobriety. Congratulations, that's quite an accomplishment. Okay, so 6 months since you took a Vicodin. Let me check in a little bit about your withdrawal symptoms, because I know with narcotics, it sometimes can take 4 months or more. So, how you doing in terms of your anxiety level? What's going on with physically? Are you feeling like you're
Better, Mary. Better, much better now. It's not
Okay.
that I don't do, I don't have to stop the car from time to time now like I used to do before.
okay?
I actually can drive all the way to my work. I'm not that anxious about what my boss is going to say, the tremors, everything. So yeah, those are pretty much in control. So
Okay.
I would say, yeah.
Okay, and at this point you are doing how many meetings a week?
I try to go about, 3 meetings a week.
Oh wow, okay. And is that including your aftercare or is that separate?
Separate.
Separate. Okay, so
Yeah.
4 meetings a week. So you're really addressing your recovery.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And at this point things are a little more stable with you and your kids?
It is. I'm trying to get their father to finally understand that I'm okay, and I can get some more custody of them.
Okay.
I just have visitations now,
Okay.
but it's a long thing. But it's the same. The days are the same. It's one day after the other. It's the same.
Oh, okay. I'm a little concerned to hear that. So is your energy not coming back?
No, I thought it was, the pills. When I crashed after the pills, I thought they would finally come back, but it's not just the energy. It's like one day blends into the other. You know, I go to
Oh.
work. Even I see my kids. It used to be. This is so strange. You know, I used to even when I was having pills and I knew they would be coming, I would have this high. Maybe it was the pills. I don't know. I just it's just one more day. I see the TV, or if somebody drops in, it's like I
Okay.
have a it's a flat kind of thing. I don't know how to
Oh,
describe
I'm concerned. Okay, so at this point, yeah, I would hope that your energy would be a little better. How's your concentration?
not not too good, but it's okay. It's like I don't even notice. I just I don't know. People have pointed it out to me that I kind of walk around like I'm not there.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And have there been other points in your life prior to using Vicodin where you felt like this?
Yeah, it was right before I really hit it bad.
Okay.
I kind of felt a little like this. I was remembering, you know, I was like this, and then I started popping a couple of pills. I was a, you know, fun person to be with. You know, that's how it all started.
Okay.
And I'm not in recovery anymore, and so I'm no longer. I don't know. I thought the fun me would just, you know,
Come back.
but it didn't. So
Okay.
I kind of feel. Yeah, it's like a little heavy thing, but I didn't know. I didn't realize when the pills would stop and the heaviness just wouldn't go. So I thought it was just the withdrawal and everything. But now that you mention it, I'm thinking I don't know. What's the fun?
Okay, I'm wondering if at this point, because I'm concerned about, you know, when somebody gets clean and sober, really what they're hoping is the quality of their life will improve. I think that's a natural desire. And I'm concerned that that's not happening for you. And I'm wondering how you'd feel about having an evaluation with our doctor to take a look at what might be going on with you biochemically. I mean, I know you mentioned in the past, you know, you always kind of wondered about your mother, you were concerned, even though she was never fully or officially diagnosed with depression. Some of these things sound familiar. How would you feel about that?
I don't know. You know, Mary, I always thought that depression is something in your hands. You know, like weak people get depressed.
I know.
You know that. I mean, I feel. Why shouldn't I be happy? I mean, I know. I mean, I'm going to get my kids back, and I have a great job, and I have friends. At least I think I do. And why shouldn't I be happy? You know, depression is something that's in your hands. I mean.
Well, and you know what? That's a common belief. It's a common belief that, you know, we just need to sort of buck up and take care of our business. And one of the things we've looked at with your addiction has been the neurochemistry of addiction and how, in fact, your chemistry changed. And so I'm wondering if perhaps there might be some shift for you biologically that could be connected, that makes this more than just, you know, an attitude issue. So,
I don't know, because the pills were fine. I mean, I understand the neurochemistry.
Sure.
That was a pill, you know, so I understand that. But being depressed and sad, I don't know. And maybe I will, but I'm not sure. I mean, I just.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you'll continue with your meetings, and hopefully you will make a decision. If you want a referral, I can provide that. Okay. But you're doing all the right things. Okay, dear. Thank you. Sanjita, I was concerned when you called this afternoon. It sounds like you're having a really hard time. What's going on?
Yeah, I started taking pills again.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
I just couldn't take it anymore. I just, I'm sorry.
No, honey, you don't need to apologize. I know when we met last time, you were really struggling with your energy and sort of missing how you used to be.
Yeah, I just couldn't take it anymore. I was sitting there in my room and the TV was on and I just couldn't, you know, take the heaviness anymore. I mean, I just wanted to feel light. I thought that, you know, one pill would do it.
Okay.
I had that stash.
Oh, okay.
Stupid me, and I met some friends, and they kind of, they just, I just knew it was there. I scored some, and I thought I'd have one and just feel a little, you know, just light. I could go back and not have, and then I started having some more, and I just realized I needed help, so.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you realized once you started, you weren't going to be able to stop again?
Not by myself.
Okay. So I checked your records. It looks like you haven't been attending your outpatient, your aftercare meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you stop your your 12-step meetings too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What were you thinking with that? Were you feeling like you were too busy, or do you think you were in the back of your mind somewhere you were thinking about going back to the pills?
I didn't like the way I felt, so
Okay.
I think it was the heaviness. It was just the heaviness.
Okay, the heaviness.
The heaviness, and not, you know, not looking forward to anything. You know, I mean, what did I have to get up for in the morning?
Okay.
You know, I just, and the pills just made me feel better. So I guess I'm sorry.
Oh, honey, it's fine. You know what? You did the right thing. You picked up the phone. You're in the right place. All right? And it sounds like we may need to go ahead with that evaluation I had mentioned before, because, you know, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to have this kind of heaviness. I mean, it's not required.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
You think you're ready?
Yeah, but yeah, I know I can't do this on my own, and the heaviness is just not going to go away. I mean, I tried the pills, but the heaviness just comes back, right? So,
It does when it wears off.
yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like not only does the heaviness come back, but then you sort of feel remorseful or
Yeah.
bad about yourself.
Yeah, and the worst is, for a moment I had a feeling that if I'm just not there anymore, this heaviness won't be there, and that's when I thought of my kids, and I thought I
okay.
can't feel this way. That's how I've seen my mother. That's how it starts, you know.
Okay.
So I think I need help. Yeah.
So it started to occur to you that you might not want to live anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You are in the right place right now. Okay, we can do this. You've done it before. All right, and this time we're going to put in that, I think, the piece that was missing. All right, so when we leave, we'll go ahead, we'll schedule an appointment this afternoon, and we'll get you back on track.
Okay.
Okay? All right.